In today's video, we'll be talking about an amazing Pokemon video officially revealing the 6th Scarlet and Violet TCG set called Twilight Masquerade. Let's take a look. This set will be released in May of 2024 and will introduce a lot of Pokemon from the Teal Mask DLC content of the video game, such as Ogerpon, Blood Moon Ursaluna, and Sinistra. In this set, we'll see the debut of Ogerpon and all of her masks as Tera Pokemon EX. Tera Pokemon EX has a built-in defense, which of course prevents any damage being done to it by attacks while it is on the bench. First, let's take a look at the first mask revealed. Teal Mask Ogerpon EX is a basic 210 HP Grass-type Pokemon with the ability Teal Dance. Once during your turn, you may attach a basic grass energy from your hand to this Pokemon, and if you attach an energy this way, you also draw a card. It's a decent energy acceleration as well as a draw support. The downside to this is that it only accelerates to itself, so I'm not sure how well this will do in conjunction with any other builds apart from its own driven mechanic. Its attack is Myriad Leaf Shower. For 3 grass energies, it deals 30 plus base damage, and 30 more damage for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. This attack has the potential to deal a lot of damage. However, 3 grass energies is a bit expensive in my opinion, especially with the lack of grass focused energy acceleration in the game right now, other than of course Gardenia's Vigor. So unless we see any other new cards that can fulfill this, I'm not sure how strong this will be. But because it is a grass type, it does hit for weakness against Charizard EX, so this may be useful after all. The second mask is Hearthflame Mask Ogerpon EX. It is a basic 210 HP fire type Pokemon, and its main focus are on heavy hitting attacks. The first one is Wrathful Hearth. For 1 fire and 2 colorless energies, it deals 20 times damage. This attack does 20 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So if this Pokemon has 200 damage on it, it can deal 400 damage, which pretty much knocks out anything in the game. And consider too that you can attach the Bravery Charm to add 50 HP onto it, or even the Hero's Cape Ace Pack to add 100 HP instead, which may increase its damage potential even further. Magma Basin Stadium would be a great way to energize this attack, accelerating fire energy from the discard pile onto your bench fire Pokemon, and then add 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. The added damage counter will increase the attack damage output for its attack. Its second attack is Dynamic Blaze. For 3 fire energies, it deals 140 plus base damage. However, if your opponent's active Pokemon is an evolution Pokemon, this attack deals 280 damage instead, and you discard all energies attached to this Pokemon. This attack is powerful enough to KO a lot of V-Star Pokemon in the game. It is no doubt that Hearthflame Mask Ogerpon EX has really strong attacks. The third mask revealed is Wellspring Mask Ogerpon. It is a basic 210 HP water type Pokemon, and this one focuses more on sniping. Its first attack is Sob. For 1 colorless energy, it deals 20 damage, and during your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon cannot retreat. This may be useful for dealing chip damage, as well as trapping your opponent's Pokemon in the active. This could be useful for stalling for a turn or 2 while you set up your board. Its second attack is Torrential Pump. For 1 water and 2 colorless energy, it deals 100 base damage. You may choose to shuffle 3 energies attached to this Pokemon into your deck, and if you do, this attack also deals 120 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. That's a total of 220 cumulative damage, which is reasonable. This is great for potentially knocking out 2 targets, however, it can easily be countered by Manaphy's Wave Veil ability, the new Rabsca, and really any Tera type Pokemon because they are all immune to bench damage. So this one is a bit lackluster in my opinion. I don't think it's going to see a lot of play compared to the other mask, but this may still be useful when attacking your opponent's Pokemon with weakness to water. And the fourth mask is Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon EX. It is a basic 210 HP fighting type Pokemon, and this one focuses more on defense. It has the ability Cornerstone Stance. It prevents all damage from attacks done to this Pokemon by your opponent's Pokemon that have an ability. With this, you can give Charizard EX, Chien-Pao EX, Goldengo EX, etc. a hard time because they will not be able to knock this guy out. Especially Path to the Peak is no longer available to turn off this ability. One other way to counter this ability though would be cancelling Cologne, but I can see this one being very difficult to knock out. Its attack is also really good. For 1 fighting and 2 colorless energy, Demolish deals 140 base damage. this is flat damage because this attack is not affected by weakness or resistance or by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon, so you don't have to worry about Mimikyu since this attack is unblockable. And while its attack damage output is not great, the fact that this Pokemon is almost untouchable with an unblockable attack, in my opinion, I think this is the best out of the 4 masks. The new set also reveals a unique mechanic between all of these Ogerpon EX masks. Thanks to this new item card, Oger's Mask. It reads, choose a Pokemon EX in your discard pile that has Ogerpon in its name, and switch it with one of your Pokemon EX in play that has Ogerpon in its name. Any attached cards, damage counters, special conditions, turns in play, and any other effects remain on the new Pokemon. This will make it very interesting because now you can technically just switch between any of the Ogerpon EX masks. Even if your opponent knocks out one of your Ogerpon EX, you can just use the item card and bring it back into play. You'll notice too that a lot of their attacks are one of specific types and the rest are colorless. You can definitely use the luminous energy in this build to fulfill the energy type your Ogerpon EX needs. And you can possibly take advantage of the Teal Mask ability to accelerate energy onto itself. And then you can energize Hearthflame Mask with Magma Basin, and then maybe even use double turbo energy to power up these other attacks. And as you energize these Ogerpon EX, you can use Oger's Mask to switch between them and start attacking. Keeping in mind the many ways you can energize Ogerpon EX while having the capability to switch between the masks, this new mechanic will surely be a force to be reckoned with. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you think about the EX masks of Ogerpon.